So, roll call. I believe everybody's here except for Andy.
No, Jimmy Brianzo couldn't make it either.
Oh, okay.
So we have Bob Stillion, we have Sergeant Hunter, and we have Chris Rose.
Okay, so we have a voting quorum. Approval of minutes?
Anybody want
to make a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve. A second.
You have a second? Motion made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I call the question. All in favor?
All right.
All right.
And I am in favor. Motion passes. We're going to have a public hearing for 106 Broad Street to change the signage. No parking between 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. The bus parking, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Emergency preamble, we'd like to put on that. At this time, I'm going to open the public hearing. Anybody wishing to speak in favor would speak during this part. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition would speak in the opposition part. Anybody wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor of 106 Broad Street? Hearing none, I close the public hearing in favor, and I open to anybody wishing to speak in opposition. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to 106 Broad Street? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to 106 Broad Street? Hearing none, I close the public hearing in opposition, and I close the public hearing. Any discussion from the board? Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll motion that.
We have a motion made. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion on the motion?
So it's a motion
Hearing
to
none.
approve? Sergeant Hunter,
What was that?
was that a motion to approve?
Approve, yes.
And it was seconded to approve.
Okay.
And we can call the question whenever you're ready, Cheryl.
Okay, so motion to approve, to change the signage from no parking to bus-only parking, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 106 Broad Street. The motion to approve by Sergeant Hunter, seconded by Chris Rowe. All in favor?
All right.
Motion approved.
Okay. Is there anything else under new business?
There's nothing under new business for
Nobody wants to bring up anything? Anything under new old business anybody wants to bring up? If not, hearing nothing, does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I thank everybody. Cheryl, a great job again.
Okay. We'll,
Sorry the meeting took so long. And again, we'll be on summer schedule, and if there is something that is needed, I will call for a meeting through Cheryl.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Chair, Senator Roush.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Senator Moran, for your legislation and for your work. Yeah, PFAS is very clearly a dangerous and serious problem. Several municipalities in my district are working on PFAS mitigation right now. My question is about construction. of the bill. Why does the bill change the definition in regulatory text versus changing it in statute?
The attempt was with respect to working with the regulations from Tura and Tori, but we can certainly take a closer look at that and follow up with you.
Okay, happy to have the follow-up.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Senator Moran. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So I believe that is the last of our legislative presenters today. And so now we are going to move into our members of the public who are interested in commenting. If you are here today, you should have received the link, obviously, and should be on our list to testify. If I missed anyone at the end of the hearing, please make me aware. For those of you who are used to participating in our in-person format, we are doing our best to accommodate the new technology. And one of the things that we traditionally do is host panels. So we are going to have sort of a virtual panel system where those who are testifying on similar subject matters and kind of together, we're going to ask them to all complete their testimony, and then we'll hold questions for that panel until after all of the panel members have had an opportunity to testify. So we have at least two panels here today. I'm going to start off with our first, which is our Professional Firefighters of Massachusetts panel. And we are joined by four individuals. Paul Jakes, who is here with us. Hi, Paul, how are you? We have Rich McKinnon as well, Bill Cabral, and Craig Hardy. So I will allow the panel members to determine what their speaking order is and who wants to kick us off. So thanks all for being here.
Good afternoon, Chair Roush, Chair Dykeman, members of the committee and staff. Thank you for having us here today. For the record, my name is Paul Jakes. I'm legislative agent for the PFFM, Professional Firefighters of Massachusetts. Joined today by Craig Hardy, legislative agent, and Billy Cabral, our secretary treasurer. We have submitted written testimony, but would like to speak briefly in support of House Bill 872 and Senate Bill 497, an act increasing the annual stipend for members of the Commonwealth's Hazardous Materials Response Team. Just the name alone, as you can imagine, our hazmat team, our state hazmat team, does incredible work all over the Commonwealth. Every day is something new, especially in this world that we live in today, and their response is key to the safety of the public. But since 1990, the Massachusetts Regional Hazardous Materials Response Team has responded to thousands of incidents throughout the Commonwealth to average about 2 incidents per day. It's been over 10 years since these dedicated hazmat team members have seen an increase in their stipend, which is currently set at $3,000. That is for the year. So House Bill 872 and Senate Bill 497 would modestly increase their stipend to $5,000 per member. Such cost is not burdened by the taxpayers. It's done through an assessment on insurance companies. And again, I can't stress enough that it isn't through taxpayer money, assessment on insurance company money. That's already been established for their pay and the Department of Fire Services budget. We've been working with the Fire Marshal and DFS, working with EOPS, working with FCAM. We've all come to an agreement on this, and also with the language changes that were presented this budget and in previous budgets to make it so that the Fire Marshal can expend those funds to the increase of $5,000. So on behalf of the 270 Massachusetts hazmat technicians, we respectfully ask that this legislation be reported favorably from your committee. Thank you.
So, Paul, if you'd like to turn it over to the next member of your panel, and then we'll do questions at the end.
I'm not sure if I know Craig might have had some difficulty, but we're seeing. I don't know if Billy wants to say anything, but other than that, that would be it. We have submitted written testimony as well.
Okay, great. I did have a quick question. So the proposal is to change the stipend from $3,000 to $5,000, and my apologies if I missed this in your testimony, but when was the $3,000 established?
Approximately 10 years ago.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let me just make sure we have no other questions for your panel, and I do not see any. So thanks so much for joining us, and we'll take a careful look.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have Joseph Paulsinello. Welcome, Joseph. Thanks for joining us. I think you're still muted. Working on it. Are you